Hey guys, welcome back to the channel Football Analytics. Today I'm going to be giving out tips for the UCL. It is still the first round of the 1/8 finals. For the other tips, you can find them on the blog. We actually also opened up a new section there for the live tips and all the other tips that are not going to be going into the videos. For the newcomers, also I suggest to bet on goals instead of outcomes of games and try to bet on singles or doubles instead of the huge accumulators. So let's begin. Before we go to the UCL, let's check out the English lower divisions. There's two games that I like there. The first one is in the championship. It's Cardiff against Blackburn. So at the table, 3 points are separating both of those teams. Cardiff is actually riding a 3-game losing streak right now, but even better for us, they haven't scored in 3 consecutive games at home. This is a stat that I really like. And Blackburn, 6 losses out of the 7 games. They're 5 points away from the relegation zone. They have the second worst defense in the league, currently at 59 goals in 32 games conceded. For this tip, I'm just liking Cardiff to score over 1 goal. The odds are currently at 156. For the newcomers that don't know about the over 1 goal bet, it means refund. Get a website that has it because not many do. If Cardiff scores 2 goals, you win the bet. You can also put it in an accumulator, and you'll only lose the bet if Cardiff doesn't score at all. Now for the second tip, we're heading to League 2, a game between Gillingham and Stockport County. Gillingham is currently 1 point away from the playoff promotion zone. As usual, there's about 10 teams that are fighting for that spot, and that's why the English lower divisions can get so unpredictable at times. As for Stockport, they may be first, as I said, but they currently have 2 defeats, also pretty bad ones. Last game, they lost 4-0 against a pretty bad team. And if they lose this one, they can fall back to the 3rd place. I think this is a huge game. And they still have the best attack in the league, so we'll play it safe. I like Stockport County here for over 1 goal as well. The odds are currently at 152, so that'll be our second tip. So the first game is Inter against Atletico. Inter is currently given at odds 180 from the bookies. They're probably the hottest team in the top 5 leagues. They won 8 games in a row. And their current odds in the Serie A right now to win it all, to win the Scudetto, to get the 2nd star, is at 101. Yeah, that's probably going to be it for the Serie A this season because Juve and Milan choked again this weekend against a weaker opponent. So this is Inter's to lose. While Atletico finally won a game, they destroyed Las Palmas. They took out all the goals they didn't score in the past few games. Without Morata, he's injured. Llorente and Correa showed up, 2 goals each. As for the tip, this is a really tricky game to predict because no matter who is playing Atletico, whether it be Man City, Real Madrid, it's always tough, especially in the UCL. We know how Simeone plays his football, really defensive. I will not be taking this game. Inter over 1 is so low. It's currently at 135. As for the second game, we got PSV against Dortmund. PSV is currently the favorite at 216. And apart from Inter winning their league, PSV also won the Dutch league. They're currently 10 points ahead of Feyenoord. And they got 20 out of 22 wins, still no losses. 70 goals scored and 10 conceded. Insane. While Dortmund is also another team that's in form coming off from New Year's. They have 4 wins and 2 draws. They're not conceded at all, only 2 goals. I believe the home games are going to be huge in this series, but Dortmund has proved that they can win away, especially in the group of death. They beat Newcastle and Milan in order to pass. And let's see how PSV does under pressure. And I'm liking Dortmund here over 1 goal. The odds are also not great. It's at 154. Now for Wednesday, let's start off with Porto against Arsenal. Straight up, I'm really surprised that bookies are giving us only odds 169 for an Arsenal victory, especially with Porto being such a dominant team at home. They have won 9 of their last 10 games. They also haven't conceded in 5 straight. And maybe because Arsenal has been having some unreal results lately, they have scored over 5 goals in the last 3 out of the 5 games they played, and they won every single game. But I believe this game is going to be really tough. And I actually like the riskier approach here. I believe that Porto will score against Arsenal because Arsenal also hasn't conceded in a while. So I like the odds of 270 for Porto over 1 goal. And I believe for Porto to qualify, they'll have to score at least 1 at home. Also, if you want to play even a safer option, the odds 163 for just the Porto goal. And if you like Arsenal in this game, of course, BTTS option is almost at 2. Now for the last tip, we got Napoli against Barcelona, the circus show. 2 teams that are given the exact same odds for a victory at 262. Mazzarri is about to get fired, and rightfully so. Napoli have been absolutely terrible in the last few games, especially. They only scored 2 goals in the last 5, and they only have 1 victory. This is the biggest collapse I've seen in a while since last year, because they were the Scudetto winners and they won the league pretty easy, and now they won't even qualify for Conference League. As for Barca, they're doing better though. In the last 4 games, 3 victories, and we know that Xavi is leaving at the end of the season. And crazy enough about Barca, they're only 2 points behind Girona. Of course, there's a huge game tonight. I'm recording this before the Atletico Bilbao-Girona game, so we'll see how that goes. As for the tip here, I have more confidence in Barcelona, especially with the way Napoli has been conceded. So the odds are low for Barcelona, over 1 goal, but I believe this is the safest option to go in this game because you don't know what you're going to get from Napoli. So Barcelona over 1 goal for odds 144. So that will be my last tip for the Champions League. Okay guys, so this is it. We got about 5 tips in total. If you're going to be taking any of those games, good luck. If you support the info I provide on this channel, hit the thumbs up. And for all the other tips, they're going to be on the blog, maybe even some live ones. So as I said, check that out. Bet responsibly, stay healthy, win some money, and I'll be seeing you very soon. Adios.